ɛne de keka ho nyina yes o ma be party bi organ ha sei ɛna ɔmo de abie ɔmo office ano efi sabre na manfo akyerɛ ɔmo adwen afa saa semi wa ka de ɔmo bɛka nyina de afa ho na yomo na Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference ade krata eba abonten na Catholic Bishops Conference asem no de omo ni say omo de sasuma tan no omo chi na omo ka kire aban say omra bonten ma kire ni gina bre wo sa asem no ho Anopen koma ye bebo nyina sede bi ewo mo ye de ma MTN everywhere you go. APC kina farmer for na de abedwa so na fe gasem the nation's builder cement papa omada roma mamenka obi o say en test line here 0244 844 0244 844 and on a test line ye de adwuma no pay wadwen kire no asem bi se nyina eho na betumi e de afa Father Christ asumdwe nkan
enka so nana
na what to say
nyame adom no ahoden etinkwam e wo lent bremu ede ato se sabre ni yemfa kom kire mpaebo ni adoye yemfa entity honam sede e betwen aben Christ ni mabio no ntenu an ye wo mu kakrakra
ede nyame ase ye do asesa no penso so wanya ye ho adaje
Midamasi.
Yada se Saint Anthony for ho ye.
Nyamedom obia ho ye Anthony for.
We nanko ya your former parishioner. Eno odwane ye. Ba ma twe na free ho. Ese me de no Holy Trinity.
Sane ye. Sene. Asori ne de wo so bia ekobina. Ne no kona keke but wo so we ko na fe ye bomodin so se said ye ne ye betwetwe dia fa ho no because bebre na akọ enso so ko wi a ye chire no ye e wa asori di mu ya na ya sefem kakra nti no ye model ru se asɔre kɔ no Ghana moma no nya asɔre kɔ kɛkɛ but yɛma no nya asɔre kɔ ne suban pa
yo yɛda se fara ma me ne wo mfiri ase ansa na onua no ma ba bɛka ho Professor Joseph Osafo ɛne Sheikh Aremia ɛbɛba bɛka ho no yɛhwɛ bibia fa ɛma a ɛne mada na ɔmo san ware ka ho menim sɛ yɛbɛtumi afrɛ na ware ama na yɛyɛ di a ne mmɛma nso a ɔmo ne ɔmo nua no mmɛma ɛyɛ saa de yɛ ebi yɛwɔ hɔ a ne yɛte sɛ ɔmo se ɔmo chapter ɛwɔ Ghana ha ɔmo bie 2018 na ni na ɔtwe mienu kra ne yɛse ɔmo abɛyɛ party kɛseɛ bi ɛwɔ ha ɛde abie ɔmo head officer no ɛwɔ Ghana ha sei na Ghana for si da bi saa de we de ni sɛ ɛtena se ɛma ɛkɔ so edi kan Catholic asafo no ejidie pa ne mo position ɛwɔ LGBT ho anything
yo bi da se anaya oni yetiefo ebere ya etie yan no eya na mpempi no na yɛka Catholic ejidie no ne fapem no ɛwɔ hefa Catholic ejidie fapem ɛwɔ onyame asɛm so ɛyɛ twere konkron no so nti ya na mpempi no ya na mepɛsɛ mi sisudua sɛ Catholic nkyerɛkyerɛ no enso so ɛne Bible nkyerɛkyerɛ no ɛyɛ na ɛtai ɛyɛ baako nti sɛdeɛ Bible ɛkyerɛ ɛde fa ɛyɛ baa ne bɛrima da a Bible aka sɛ ɛyɛ busu sɛm no saa so na Roman nkyerɛkyerɛ no ɛkyerɛ na wokɔ no Roman mu a yɛwɔ bibi a yɛfrɛ no Catechism of the Catholic Church a ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ yɛn nkyerɛkyerɛ no yɛabɔ ne tɔfa a ɛyɛ no catechism kyerɛ sɛ wopɛ sɛ wohu theology anaasɛ wosuasua nneɛma bi ɛfa ho a mmara no ɛwɔ canon law mu ɛna ne nkyerɛkyerɛ no theology part no ɛwɔ the catechism na constitution ni nyinaa ne deɛ yɛfɛfiri deɛ a ne yɛfrɛ no Vatican II no catechism no ɛyɛ very clear about ɛfɛ ne sɛ ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛba no bɛrima ne ba da yɛyi mu ahodoɔ mmienu yɛka ne sɛ yɛwɔ adwene no anaasɛ the inclination no ɛwɔ hɔ sɛdeɛ bi a obi wɔ hɔ a sɛbi obi to hɔ bi a wɔbɛka sɛ o ebususɛm bi aba me tirim anaasɛ bi a ebi a obi wɔ hɔ tumi ka sɛ ewisɛm ɛwɔ me tirim nti ɛno deɛ ɛtumi ɛwɔ hɔ ansa na ɛwɔ sɛ wakɔkɔyɛ adeɛ nankasa no nti we make a distinction yɛyɛ nsonsoyɛ ɛfa the inclination and the act
okay
nti the inclination ne deɛ ɛbɛtumi awɔ nipa tirim a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛboa saa nkurɔfoɔ no ma mu yɛ wei but the Catholic Church condemns emphatically the implementation of sɛ bɛrima ne ba ɛbɛda anaasɛ nneɛma bi a
sɛ bɛrima ne bɛrima
sorry bɛrima ne bɛrima bɛda na ne ba anaasɛ baa so ne ba ɛbɛda ɛyɛ very very clear nti yɛkɔ akyi a tumi kenkan biribi wɔ hɔ a ɛtumi bɛkyerɛkyerɛ yɛn saa wei no mu nyinara nti condemn deɛ sɛdeɛ Bible ɛyɛ so emphatic about that no saa so a na asɔre no soso ɛyɛ emphatic nti sɛ ebisabisa mɛkɔ Leviticus ɛne friends and Genesis ɛna Romans ne wei no nyinaa sɛ ho hia bɛkoti ne nyinaa ɛde aboa yɛn
fara ɛho hia yɛ papapa nti wode ɛhwɛ asɔre no sɛ woka sɛ canon no ho
catechism of the Catholic Church
onya na ho ne free canon law no mu ho
yes
okay enti kenkan de ɛka den
yo mami enkan baako okay Catechism of the Catholic Church number 2357 this is the most authoritative statement of the Catholic Church. Or say homosexuality refers to the relationship between a man and a woman who experience an exclusive or predominant sexual attraction towards persons of the same sex. Echese sa bema ni ba atinkana ewe yemu no eye ade bia etumi esi ensoso nya dia. Or say it has taken a great variety of forms through the centuries and in different cultures. Echese uko ekuokuo bia ni friend is saying nipadom biara sa friend say yare ana se boniye ana se sa suban edi dan yedi ewo akwan ahodo bebre so Now, or see, its psychological genesis remains largely unexplained, basing itself on sacred scripture, which presents homosexual as acts of grave depravity. That's the word. Grave depravity. Tradition has always declared that homosexuals, homosexual acts are intrinsically disordered. Nature said, Sabi, Sam Barney Bema, I think, Barney Bar, I think, Kabiba Umu. Nase, Udi a chile at the at Waswa. Nature said, Sabi, Sabi, Case, wo Namunu, I just a quack to say, Ayaribi. Ayare, if anything, yes, so. And it is grave depravity. Tradition has always declared that homosexual acts intrinsically disordered. They are contrary to natural law. They close the sexual act to the gift of life. Inti nature say bema ni bema eshiemu esana na wedie ntwe yie kra said the Bible susu kano pepepepe saa no Bible mu de nka de de pa na etumi yi ni nyina epie na Romans chapter 1 verse 26 and 27 na ukọ 26 na o kire se ba ni ba ho na hu ne pefe mi gidi se Bible mu nyina nupa na etumi boa hu ne pefe mu se ba ni ba ehia de Bible echiri prekupe ena ukọ 27 no susu a o kan clear so se mema ni bema esu ehia mu ni de nya de a eye dan ekoyie anase nya de a eyeye nti etwa se yen ya yefre ye hu kristofo yen ya yefre ye hu ya ye kan Bible no ye ma ye nsaso na ye gina ho ema nokure na ye ma sebe ba ko ana mienu bi ana sika kakre bi a obidi ebema yen na edi abo aman no eninti no na enu nti no ye kwakofa se busu semwe ejidi se nyankopon ebebisa yen si yankasa ti ejidifo na etiefo esramo we nye Roman asem na we nye Methodist asem anase we ye Bible asem a ye nyina ye kase no kre ni ye ba akopɛ man nyina ye nkambom ni ye nka no kre no.
Let say Catholic for ya na mo ye very charitable e won niam bebre mu but o me hwe ne wakenka yi nyina metietie brofo a mo kan na yi nyina aha de mo anya charitable kra
yo o hwe ne lent bre mu nka lent bre mu ka na ye charity it we ka de very charitable one say nyame kan ne say sabi so bi ye kromfo a ye nya charity man ne krono na wabo no ye charity ema krono nipa krono wabo krono no ono na we charitable towards nemo you cannot be charitable towards krono na wabo no nti na sorry de be kan ye no very clear say ne wabo krono no ye treat no sabi e treat no with dignity nemo ne krono na obo ye ne die we condemn it totally. So what you see?
How do you separate the two? How do you separate the two?
Yo, if you Jesus Jesus bana no akobo dwaman no. Wan kan kire ba no odo ba no se nipa. No se muntu buo enye den. Emmo bai. Nemom wan kase enu nti no ba we die boni no betumi ayeden. Se ko men san konko yes aboni bio. Nti boni no aye any die it was condemned by Christ. Ne ba na ebesi ni buo ne die o si muntu buo enye den emmo bai. Nti there is a big difference and there is a lot of charity that is being showed here. Now kind bishops no statement now or the buy na it is very clear. Almost kind bishop statement now or maybe what paragraph now say Catholic Church teaching on homosexuality no quite one kind or say the church makes a distinction between homosexual condition or tendency and the individual homosexual action. Okay, until our condemnation is not, we are not condemning homosexuals or bisexuals or whatever the sexuals they call themselves as human beings, but it is their act. For the church, the latter is intrinsically disordered and in no case to be approved. In other words, while the church does not condemn people for being homosexuals or for having homosexual tendency, it condemns the sexual act that homosexuals perform. Inti uka say psychologist ne beba de, but me nye psychologist, but me can be kakrebi na ebia psychologist ba so but ya rebi wo wa a friend of kleptomania. Ye chese obi a sebi ye wo no ana se ye nim owo atinkan bi woni mu a sebi ade da ho a na oye dan okofa okowia chese ebi wo kra nya na dwen po se wo wia po ono na dwen ni se wo so ofa. Okay, se nipa bi sa e wo wiase a ye nyina age atum se we ya wo betimi aka se eninti no esanse ye de saade no wo ni ninti no so wo wia obi ade a anase okoso aye sa ye nya nana what you see enu ne ye ka de afa ade ya se ababe ye ya busumi da ye nimi ye ntumi hwe ne sa nti na so bi wia de sa na se be eye yare na se be te se bi a obi ni trimu kakakra na odi ade ahwe obi trim na fe de wo be ku nipa kro se minu mienu a ye chi nipa kro e ben den ye bona sum pe ye si debi biara ni wo so tene ni sa ana kan sem bi e de fa se be omo amukoye homosexual no se bi a omo ya bonsamfo na omo ye sei na ye fam ko hye dam ye ntu omo mu debi asori nchesa nemmom their act in the it is condemned as scripture says. Ntenuni adia bishops no statement omudi aba no nchechiremu a edi aba no mi hu say omusoso responding forgotten the place ni say bishops ni say preach charity any I will learn to bre inti adentina afi lent pa na afi ye de asem nyun sei e de aba me gidi se we ye doctor na se wo obi pania utumi wo pania na ya na emum se unim se duro na wo pania num e be boa nipa kro de ya ene wunya din enka se sebe enam se me ba ni be sunti no me nya dan me wo nipa ne se we nsu ama wo ba ena wa mo ba ma na nsu na wo be nsu ama ne china eno na sisi ya ababe dane Ghana ade kesiye sorry ni bebre enka ho nsem asofo Romano ho ka ho yempese be ka ho asem because ade wo koken ye betene ye nsa wo so ye be hwehwehwe wechi ye ba be keka nka nsam de afa ho enukra ye ba akopɛ bishops na kasa ye nyina beta o machi obiara emra ne enka nukra ne enye we ebio susu ni say me de wo Acts chapter First Kings abra ohini bi eba so Ahab sa ohini obedi Israel so na wo Bible mu aye say onu pa na no waye boni kese adan sanse no boni ye koso no wonye dan won ka ho asem nti Israel fo no so efai Israel fo no fa boni ena Nyankopon kasafa Elijah jina ye sorry no se ohini frɛ wo mpanyimfo no mo sesei no bra 450 ba fo mo bra mo nya de mo ka no e wo ha sei ni enhwɛ pam Elijah jina ye ba ko pɛ nti mi gidi se ye nipa ba ko ana se mi ensa krampo na aka no kura ne de e wo se ye ka kosi se so mo a epɛ ne sa no edi ye nsumpu a at least ye nim se we never went down without a fight of the truth, which is that the act or the promotion of homosexual acts is intrinsically, fundamentally depraved and evil. Wow. They say, say onyankopon ma ya hoden ko ade aban ni mpanyimfo wose ye tumi dan ye di pefe ekre eyen ya di aban ye nya di nti say homosexual act and its promotion is fundamentally depraved, intrinsically wrong, biblically not acceptable, and as a culture of our nation not to be what accepted. Mumaye nyina yemwa masa esemi enko so na mejidi mi se enne wote se am robbers akwakoye abie office na so mu a eye friend say a swindlers say an attack from 419 and as a din biara no ebie officer ka police for betina si ana eye den na sabre aban entumi enkasa Elijah for ni wan you muma yen sori ni enkasa yen kan kira aban say it is about time say obey make laws no very clear. Laws of Ghana no loopholes kakra wom in the totality nti no mimigidi say enya lawyer for kukudam for na bana yen fa question ni ma yen kire om say any parliament ma yen ka ho asem and we settle this question once and for all. Yes anya mi baby saying
Father
baby saying
oye obi a wodi domanim ekire dom ojiri se baby asabie aba yen ka ho asem e da ho anofo na ekọ na aba eba so eba much stronger than it was before. Eba kakra much stronger than it was. Kakra sa na di aba bedu baby edu. E dey stand, e dey position amoji this or mine. You take you asasimi.
You be this a clear stance. In our law books, as I understand it, it talks about unnatural carnal knowledge with, and it deals with, by its definition, no, it looks as the penal penetration of a bar esodie. Into Usha, and it was in the 60s. Sisi ya kwechire ni masesa then anything inara kofu dis sikani unka ho ba ni ye de ye pia ye gidi say was aban any parliament any Ghana for sorry ekire say adenti na yantro e wo ye meremu black and white ni ye gidi ni ye gidi na anya clear said ye be ya enu so be boa ema se obi koye bibia wanka se oh me die na me dwen se ye sei nti ebia ye nuanom am ko bi office yi omo betimi aka se na minim se wo mremu se e wo se ye sei where there is a friend say we need to be clear na one thing that me advise to Ghana and ye nyina ne say it's not a problem. We don't have a problem of knowledge in our country. We have a problem of wisdom and political will. I will repeat and say that it's not a problem of knowledge. Woman, I want media power chrome has say, fat Ghana for koichire. Nemum a problem of wisdom and political will. Say unim no krepa no. Na ubeka se meyo ana menye. Anasa unim no kre no na was obeka se meye na nopa ana meye na numre, because a delayed obedience is disobedience.
Delayed obedience is disobedience. Reverend Father Raymond or say to na no sisi and Father mama ho meso kakra na wanum nsuo meba sisi ana fe ya to aso 0244844488. According to Kwajo Ban Daniel Adabraka Ordona, do not lie with a man as one lies with a woman. That is detestable. Leviticus 18:22. And if a man lies with a man, as one lies with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. They must be both put to death. Their blood will be on their own heads. Leviticus 20:13. If we believe in Christianity, then let us use this rule to deal with the LGBTs. Okay. Nana Jinentri says, good morning, Nana Okesi. Almost all the recognizable societies and religions in the world frown upon this practice of gayism and lesbianism. There is no need to pamper anything in the name of human rights. They have ceased to be recognized as humans. So we have to treat them as such. Guide and protect our culture and tradition. Regards to Professor John Balfour. Now this one says, Cardinal, there's a lot, a post circulation on social media that His Excellency Dankwa Akufo-Addo should go beyond his 2018 rhetoric and then follow this LGBT to the latter conclusion. Kwajo Edupako Ewo Achim Esioso. Martin Jana just told me about good day the Cardinal. I wonder how our leaders have kept so long not responding to this ungodly lesbianism and gayism in Ghana. Even we, the youth, are very angry. Very, very angry. So we demand immediate response from our leaders. Else, we will advise ourselves as youth to fight for our dear country, Ghana. LGBTQI office in Ghana has been closed down on the orders of the President Akufo-Addo in partnership with the leadership of Coalition for Proper Human Sexual Rights and Family Values. Mankind, Elembele. Mankind, when was it closed down? Where was it? What is the evidence? I want to see. Seriously, I really want to see these two. But some whom be an office nisi. Time I close here. Kababo yinyana. Nana kuya mo aboatin in Blake Central says, good morning, the Cardinal. Homosexuality and lesbianism will not be entertained in Ghana. Ghana is a Christian country. No amount of pressure will change our stance. And I strongly believe that President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo will be the first to accept, will not be the first to accept this abominable act. Greetings to the next president in waiting, Dr. Baumia. Please stay safe and observe the COVID-19 safety protocols. Okay, this one says, okay, Nana Jinenchi, my kind of that NTM family. Why? I'm a main comment him. Aki Ola Ewo Jama said the president has stated clearly that he is not going to legalize LGBT in Ghana. So, what else do our clergymen want the government to do? Nana Yakese, why are we mincing West and behaving like cowards? Our constitution expressly forbids unnatural carnal knowledge. Christianity, which is the state religion, mind you, abhors it. And as for Islam, it is even worse. The Quran teaches in one of the surahs that if you go and meet two people committing such an appalling act, either you kill these two people or you pluck out their eyes. That's so the act. Our traditional beliefs and culture is clear on this. So why are we even discussing this issue? Let's clamp down on these acts hard and fast for posterity's sake. Nana Kojo Aferi in Kwashi Man. Area could see our central market. Also, Ghanaians don't want to be infected by the deadly pandemic coronavirus. Let's all be safe. Okay. Nana Yakase, please. These people have grown wings because of lack of political will and wisdom. God bless the Catholic priest, Reverend Father Raymond Osei Tutu. I am Kwachis Sechiama in Dansuman exhibition. And Kama Foster Chima Yiribi says, my country is a secular one, made up of Christians, Muslims, and traditional believers. None of these sects accept gayism and lesbianism. We cannot accept this culture on the grounds of human rights. That's why our challenge. Our nation stands paramount against any other foreign interest. My regards to Honorable Kojo Oponkroma. Okay. All right. Asaribe Ewo Trade. I don't see why President Akufo-Addo is so quiet about this homosexuality and lesbianism in Ghana. He should come out clear without any ambiguity. Good morning, Anaya Okesi. If this office has already been opened for gay people in Ghana, it means that someone gave them the permission to do so. The question is, we should be asking who gave such permission and who hired that office to them. God save Ghana. Emmanuel Pokwasi ACP. Nana Kwame Opasco in Sawam says, Cardinal, I will urge all Ghanaians to support prayers to our leaders so that they can rule this nation. Okay, that's it. Now, being Sika Samankesia Himfi says, good morning, sir. Please, to me, why can't we constitutionally add this to the presidential oath for them to swear from even day one for these gays and lesbians to know that we hate it and we can't live in harmony with them? Why is the president building the cathedral? The earlier the prophet of this cathedral stands up, the better for this country. Okay. Parkwesi in London says, please, Nanaya Kese, remind those so-called religious people that God or Allah is either Lord for all or not at all. Parkwesi in London. Ejada Nyan Mem says, let's stand and speak against it because it is even abhorrent to our customs and traditions as Africans who tolerate this. Sequala in Ablekuma Central says, good morning, Cardinal. In Ghana, religiously, culturally, irregularly, in our constitution, it is wrong to practice homosexuality. It's as simple as that. Let us not tolerate this. Men and are not interested. Gayism is an abominable act in any part of the world. Mr. President, come out clearly without any ambiguity. Let us know where you stand on this gay issue. Medika kachira mo say enenye Reverend Father Raymond Osei Tunkwan wa Sheikh Arimiya Shaibu oye kasama for the National Chief Imam. And afi Professor Joseph Osafo as your head of psychology department University of Ghana. And so abeka answer. Sheikh. Erade asumdwe nkan.
That's it.
Na ho ye de.
En kan so bi.
Na oba na ye papa ho ye.
Oh, no ho ye pa.
E de nyame ase. Prof.
Yes, sir.
Wa kwa
Nana.
Papa.
I just want to boom.
Nyame adom ne mo pai bo na zo e.
Nyame adom.
Yo, ye de nyame ase. Check answer na meko prof so no. Oba minim se utie na utie father so no chirechirem. Roma sorry no nyina so ene omo adwene fa sa gay ne lesbian semi ho. Hona me ne no ehya ase wa chirechirem kadika so ni chiri. Onso so sa de no so e wo kwan bia so. Ye ba Islam mo a. Islam gayism and it's a lesbian. Islam who is saying opposition ever who is saying.
Yo, me da say me chia yetie fo nya so. And me master say mama kwan. No correct. Gayism ewo Islam jetrem no. Ekutia Yankopon abodie nhihye ene ne botaye ekutia no. Gayism ekutia nipa desani ne niminyam se ne osetie ekutia no. Enam santi nasem ewo din ewo Islam esum no.
Okay.
Nya me body tofa nya chire ne musuo ne boni se na sikọ se na Yakopon esi hono ekọ ewo Koran mo a eni Kristo sum de ne ekọ pepepepe ewo Sodom and Gomorrah se na mo se na ye chire ya no na utie Koran se na ose eka komshani Lut biblical rendition it says a lot. Na what about Korama a loot. Na utie senia nketaho a eba onon ene saa ne nkofo no a won ya nka won beye saa bone etia saa abofo omo ba ho no a omo di nipa su eba no omo hu mema no se omo ya mema no so mema no wo pe omo enti omo ba omo ndim se so omo ye abofo enti komsheni Lut no ekre ni how ewo ne nkitiedia nkitahodia ono wo di edie no o kire ne how no sense ko enti okan bibi se adan na mo di sa boni a emodo a che se nimpa biara enni sa boni ne pen ene ehia no enti no weni a describe ya maye adan Bisa which they say a bonny and fata until say aden. Enti ena modie and ma Yankopon ebo mammo ewo ne botan se ebe ma nimpa adore ewo wiase mu no ene ne mompe ono na boni adore mu na ahye mo manti mo yankom mema ena mo ba wo mo nchen adanti ena mo ye sade we sana osan ebi so mo osi mo de akonode ahonam akonode boni enti mo ko mema nchen enti no uti we so anase Islam ekwan so no eye honam akonode a eye boni ya to se nimpa edi so un se akanfo mu na mo bibi mo kan se ohia tua akonode na me de me kan se o how etua akonode na philosophical no bibi kan se we have something we call pleasure.
Okay.
And se pleasure no wa adwumu a honam dede eba wa adwumu a you ask the question, is it all pleasure that is worth enjoying? Intino uhania ekoso reaction here no we are treading on the path of secular immorality. It say ye tnasi ye bra boni ade hia no ye yi nyankopon efirmu ena nimpa tenene nyankopon ne tenene ya ebo ye ma ya brabo bako ye bia no saa de no ye yi efi saa equation no mo na ne eba ma ye honam dam dede eba ma ye biaro no ena ye di ho we ena Islam ne gina bre na ewo bebia eye Islam ye say ye di Islamic rule rule no de jurisprudence no ewo very harsh punishment and they mean fensuma in fact according to the various schools of Islamic thought no omonya ajatum say the death penalty is the most deserving. If you say ne body no eswa trese sa nipa no ebe ya anke sort na sekura say the very principle of God homosexuality ani sa LGBTQI say adine etro me first na kaminim LGBT nko awo
me kwa minim na LGBT no kra nka ho
in fact we ya ba ye ena me hu sa akio bi eka ho na ai bi abeka ho ena e bi abeka ho
plus bi so hye ho
anya sam papa fantini beka say onya sam papa. So you see the scope is spreading. Now what Chiran said, there is a certain struggle, say a combi a prepare be a coso between tinene ni papayo and a bunny. Na obia pese odin hu enkunimu na abonsam afa sikaso and then nimpa be so yet is a sad e coso. E how do my embebre say yen yeti sa asem we no na me twen kakra memphis mo and run because she old man let me want update so old man ni akosi ni o asem we work wedding ka aka ho asem dada no em se waka ho asem be sem prensa e why a press conference kra na asem ekwa na aba nti dapia atwem no ni ebani na ya tise sankofo no kra ya mo ebia bia and they on center say omo ho ban bo omo right ni ade hia no to be able to say there's a certain institutional endorsement. I won't say ade na wade ate say e wa adwin mu say na we because say e wa adwin mu nti won kwa na wo to dem okay that one we have not seen it and there we have not seen it but to really establish an institution that indicates open endorsement for this, no. So now we were interested. In fact, other media stations are from here. Naming to me, person me ko hontem. Nam person who say once there's an institution, a certain institutional structure for it, what is the position of our state?
Yeah.
Once we have not heard that, we have the Ministry of Religion and Culture. You see, we ye dance so. Na ye nso a ye dano. Ne fatun ejina yama amamreso ebusuamu amamre no ene ye somu Nti ye pese ye tie se aban ne position any den onim so onti ye dia if they aba say a certain office ya create with an endorsement of EU Abomubi. Now once EU cannot be in this country on its own, it is here within the framework of certain global agreements. Yeah, and I'm saying more hantino. So it works closely with government. So, say, is it the EU that established it? Is it that they just gave the support? The support they gave, no, what does it mean to us? How does it conflict? Yang yamamre. Nia emaya danso. You see, we are a nation. Just say our cultural identity. So what is it that makes us different? Say you can say we are Ghanaian. What for a mamuni niya maya danso. And then your culture. Your culture is so anyway and then if say yang ebusuya ye papem. Ebusuya ube Christo sumo Islam sumo ene yan dada sorry traditional religion so no ebusuya ene moja ana ekura yan for procreation intino ebusuya ya Nyankopon ejapade Nyankopon ne hyehyeye ya odi ama adasa say betina se dada ne yawo ne yador senia nimpa dom no betimi atena wiasem ha no aye Nyankopon na pede eno ntini Nyankopon mayem ebusuya nti ohwe Koran chapter 4 verse 1 no obayen kokko na otwe adwen o mu adasa mu nso mu Nyankopon ya obom fi kra baako na nimu oyi fi no mu no obakra mienu oba ni oba ena omo mienu no enchen so ena oyi nipadom. It's a multitude of men and women opetin wo mo ewo busuya mu ntino disorder ewo Nyankopon no hye mu na minua Mr. Habisa Sasem we say Nyankopon odi kan bo Adam ana obo no wie no na o say Adam wiase na etosini na sanka o pese etosini na obehye ne madia sanka of a bema bi na de ba Adam na odi oba ne bae. There is a certain complementarity between the pairing of male and a female. Enunti enu Nyankopon na adwemu ni yansam odi oba edibaye. And so this sets the record for us straight and the system of God. Until them says there, sa lesbianism na de hia ekutia Nyankopon ejapade eni nebusuya. And so sacred. Ebusuya no eye kronkron edima Nyankopon wo say ye ba ho ban. Na we ena ye Islam ni position wo sa asem we so na wo say ye koso pa no na ye kuntia sadie we wo say ba so a e ba yansa kwanso bebrebe o embrebe no nka the fuck school curriculum so
ama e fast me
omo money comprehensive sex education
sexual education
brofumo no ye ka comprehensive wa what you say
e chese emu doye
anya papa I say comprehensive twa bibia hia yenye bibia ento nchen nti na mehwe TV no na ba fi say oh media me sex orientation bi ampa bia no me transgender bibia mfam ho nti yedru bebia na wo oba kra no say the body belongs to me and I do with my body what I like. We are in danger. Nti yefwa Catholic bishops position no say aban MP emra bontene
aban kasa
MP mamba bontene se see ade eduru ho say yesi office ni yesi ya ma mo space say wo mo sumi ye nipa dombi a wo mo dance that's how they are a community nti no ye mo mo space na omo so omo bra se ne omo so epeno we abadedi nti ye pese ye tie aban the position Ministry of Gender. You see, we don't want the Ministry of Gender to speak only at the vetting no supposed to a process by which the candidate will get approval.
Yes.
So for me, it doesn't go to the core. We have a Ministry of Religion and Culture that is intended, obobo ya mamran hoban, and yanyami som, and abiding yansem say we need an important ministry like this. Okay. We want to hear from them. And a church pan so ya mampeni, you say ye tieno, aba bontene, say a honey ye see, one more pre, say almost one more right. And I mean, me from church war. Says, yeah, no, Emrano said, almost there's an ambiguity. If you say, Niaoka say, Bako say, on natural canal knowledge. Na my definition, no. I say, Ninchicha me said, Chisse, bear man no hono, Otimia ewura, Nimpanon, no. In the name Santia, see. All others are and they emphasize bear man who ever call nipa for no any ye twegu nti sa transgender sa lesbianism ni ade hia no queer intersex all those things ye twegu nti they say there is the need for us to review that law just senya ya no Uganda wo mo asesa wo law no I criminal. Nigeria for cross and say ebuso omode na wo mahu ahun say Ghana dey see and democracy obi atumi choose ni apa bia nto Ghana ya asomdwe and okre ye democracy ekonim pa and ya asomdwe so no etintim na so no we nku ade memoro me opini a friend say Kosi Prat all kind of so say we be adabra
na anza na meko prof so no father mbajo tie we ye unti na mako fa quotation we aba ebere bi me transgender bi ba fie ha ana ene na di nkomo ne ade ana meka che ne say etu ono ohun se wabodam me bisa ne say nti unyi ne se wabodam ona ma unhu sa ena obi sa me me kwa so be na me se me ye Catholic ni me ko Roman ena o se sa na wo asofo no nware no na wo nka so mabodam ena me se so kind Matthew 19 so obi betimi atu ne ho asi wo so no onware nyame adwuma nti no nipa ya sha mama na o se da bi man kira de na se yi na Matthew chapter 19 verse 10
12 10 11 and 12
o de on ka fa every 10 homra
okay
o se asuafo no se no se so nipa no na yire ntema asem ti sei dia ene na enye so ware ene o se won se nye nipa nyina na ebetumi age asemi gi woni a wode ama won na itutufuo bi e wo ho a wo won sa efi won na yam itutufuo bi nso wo ho a nipa ene ye won sa na itutufuo bi nso e wo ho a osoro ahenni enti ene waye won sa nia obetumi age no mananye ti ono ka kire me se so obi wa asase so no wo se wono wo ye LGBTQI+ dear woni nyina bia ono sa na nyame bo no enye nipa bia na betimi aye enti ma ye mfa ye de fi say ye nyansa no e me hye wo mo so what do you say to that
yo we dey mechremu ese this is a level of maturity and the exercise of our self control said ye sebi say akola e wo classroom na ye kira de na se opese okoja ne nan ana opese okojonso ana bibisa e kan na pe o se woko but so ye panyimu a sebi opese okoja ne nan a otumi de hye no ho enu nkire se enu nya tendency because of maturity nti no otumi ka se e wo se me ko but me ye bibi we nti me wie ye nti for we nti ma hye me ho so mashemi hunso it is so fun this way asema Jesus kana we womo a ade no kwan wo ho so obeye but me no I'm not exercising my right to do that eno na Jesus kana nti fun Romans of na enware na say we ni sa want to be fun to the ye kan because the ye kan die ono no wa chusu anas wa fa near Bible asanso aka pefe se akwan enye den enna ho It is not an inclination. It is rather exercise of maturity and self-control. Okay, 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Maybe I'm letter Edmar Paul. And no ni ho. But was kind Paul kase ani. And I say Obama bet me I say it is good for a man not to have sexual relationship with a woman. That is if he can. What I say, that is self-control. That is in the area of Obi bet me aka say near sebi ebia aduane wo ho medi ntino na media ayare debi eno moaye sa but it different from say nrane say obi aduane wo ho mentumi anya dan enkowia na wo say esan say metumi edidia ntino media kwakowia obi de de aka ho emrane pe debi da sheik achirem as bishops no akasa say adie we die efi abra nyame ekasaye any fra Jesus crumple baye wo hwe Jesus and Paul anytime that we are Jesus spoke about marriage only in relation to heterosexual, that is bema ni den eba nti die ye kwei efiri he si edi echi a brofom no omo say human needs are insatiable. Nti si yedi echi a plus na omo dia ba be ka ho no e de ba be chire baby be plus e just say be LBGT hungu ka ho bio plus and plus e just say plus prime very good yen wie da enti no ne ye nim ni say e ye bema ene ba ene worry and bishops naka sheikh so edi Islam ne no edi aka ho no me pese me di ka ho say this is that interreligious proper dialogue going on to speak to the nations. Say, in this matter, we stand tall and we stand clear. Say, it should not. And you say, yeah, penisu. Isan say, yes, be a yen, ya green say, ebia yem penisu san say, mina me pe, and now one pe. Sebi nyan coupon, shake it no, won nimpa, and no, Adam. Nkobet me aka say ne Adam foforo ene enye den emeka no ho enso si Eve mra na de me fe krampo ne se me di madwin bu a se be me nyanyame but me di madwin bu a Nyankopon bo wiase no man tise nipa kasada eya Adam Nyankopon ka kire Adam se 1990 ne ope bi aye wan kasada abra Nyankopon emma ne ba no Adam sorry o si no no kasada no o si yei this is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. It will hear, let's just say, Barney we are saying, no, for to me, I then, to me, a cassa, and the assume yame. How the Bema for Froba, over than a bay, with the uncle, Yakase, any bishops, any Islam, any Ubiara or Penocreno, a bay baku akase, no way, Yampany.
Honorable Reverend John, 18 Fojo, Asen South MP, Mpacho, old Nami table, son of open there, I'm Pacho.
Nana Martin.
Yeah, Papa.
I'm penning for my better more studio hanging on so acting at the Chiasron Consul de Ma at Tifua. Ghana fan in an Viase, a man on in I won't see piece of film so the moment in action.
I don't pay money.
I don't pay Boko, me buy not where you so and some Fiami and Sabi. Say, Brewer, however, LGBT in Ghana. Say, Kali Bishop's cake against LGBTQI. They also me as I say, close down LGBTQI office in Ghana now. I send out to MP tells national security. Nina say, sir, and some not air course one. Maybe my Sibijani and me sounds MP for the ruling government. Now me represent the good people of Asensa constituency. The sounds so a software. Sabia. Before Bruni Crabba, ya be memuhano, Ghana, Nanan Mahimfo, and ne a manful in a near Mra, and near Manie, and near Mamra, Idiso. Some Mamra Ninano, a idea, a tia, Bema, and a Bema, and Passwa Goody, and your barn, and Passwa Goody. So, and Ghana Fanina, there's no group of people, I be quiet. One Becca said, ye for Sansom, eso. And no one so and a GD would also be traditional customs and Muslimi bɛka ho Christosom bɛka ho ɛne gidie ɛsom ahodoɔ bebree wɔn nyinaa so baa no nkyerɛkyerɛ ne sɛ saa ɛneɛ no yɛnyi ntum ɛna kyerɛ yɛnia abɛɛfo democracy nso yɛde abɛɛ mu mmara bɛka ho section 104 of the Criminal Offences Act ɛnso kaa sɛ saa nhyehyɛeɛ no nso ɔbaa ne bɛrima ne bɛrima agudie ne yɛnyi ntum sɛ saa na teɛ deɛ na sɛ ɔmamu no nyinaa unanimously ɛwɔ traditional oba customs oba gidie ne ɛsom religion matters oba mmara mu a yɛn nyinaa adwan akɔ bankuro mu sɛ saa akyiwadeɛ no yɛnyi ntum na yɛ abɛka yɛ a mene omienu deɛ ne yɛn ho yɛ ɛnso no Sodom and Gomorrah brɛ so ne age old nyinaa no na saa nhyehyɛ supi ne ade na wɔ hɔ na wɔ kumaa bi na yɛ amɔdin na yɛ akyiwadeɛ na ɛyɛ mususam kɛseɛ enti no sɛ kɔfo bi yɛ bi kora mpo na wɔn de sie wɔn de tetɛ ɛnɛ deɛ sabe wobɛbie radio wobɛsɔ TV wobɛhwɛ wo social media na saa afo abɛgye abɔ so ɛneɛ deɛ wɔn pɛ na wɔn ka na wɔn de preach na wɔn yɛ ho advert na wɔn yɛ ho promotion na wɔn yɛ ho na sɛ wɔn ka na yɛ akɔnɔ under the guise of human rights sɛ abɛɛfo ni ɛnyɛ ni bue yɛ sabe ɛyɛ akɔnɔ bɔne ɛne ahohyɛso a yɛ ne ntia na ne nyinaa no mmara wɔ hɔ dada na mmara no mɛfa soma kakra bi akɔ mu mmara no sabe asɛdeɛ LGBTQI first no mebaeɛ na wano ɛda asɛm bi so aka LGBT na wokan kɔ kane no na yɛ sɛ gay ne homosexual yɛwɔ hɔ a ne yɛ sɛ ɛkɔ LG yɛde B so bɛka ho de T so bɛka ho afei ɛda kɔsɔre yɛ sɛ LGBT kew so abɛka ho afei yɛ sɛ I so abɛka ho afei de A abɛka ho ɛma wɔn de plus so aka kyerɛ sɛ we should expect more evolution in that direction ɛnti no sɛdeɛ saa practice no akyiwadeɛ abomination no dane evolve in giving the evolving definition of gender ne ho nsɛmsɛm no ɛkyerɛ sɛ saa unnatural carnal knowledge provision ne koraa no ɛsɛ bi ka ho na mmara no mu trɛ ɛden dane sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ sufficient all encompassing to be sufficient enough to deal with all the sophistications and complexities arising around LGBT no and to say what the fa no nimfa abeto mranim what the fa benku a what the fa so ba bia de befa bia no atumi ato mranim na ya masam ketua ya mbisa no se se omamu ha awudie tia mra omamu ha yese awisam atia mra amrobri tia mra na sasa na tia ebe dan na sabe bidimu akase me ya wo me awi ewo me na yam me yawo me wudini ewo me na yam oya ho hwe a enye yi enti no famisa na mpo no me nkoye wo sumase wu me ba radio so me ba TV so na ma be kire me bobre ene me writer me wo na makosi office nsumpa ka ho na ya dede emamu agege se Ghana ye wo na se ufuru na yam na se wo yawi ufuru na yam se na ye wudini a se etumi agege wo so the bida National Media Commission they are the body mandated to regulate content and this yentumi makwan masabi asafo ya practice enwoma etia mrano metena radio so TV so enye promotion enye ho advert dia adan na sa LGBT fo betena radio so a ye mo kwan propagate ayo man yes no ewi a yakoka se politician A and politician B enye that be it's not a matter of politics ye nyina na ebum ya ban no obi anya na famu de ene o mo si office o mu si enya ba akupewu and it's not only one office o mu sisi awo mia and I expect national security apparatus oba bibi mamu ha ye ka national security for agencies a edi mu pa untumi mo ba miensa mo Ghana de edin and even when it comes to complex matters of cyber crime extremism terrorism they are on top of it. I don't think about me one say some offices here to turn some CCC down and it will escape the intelligence of the national security apparatus. Now say escape for 2 weeks now and I'm all ban they should come out omomra bonten emekire ya na mo atu afa ho emududu omatum ene mududu aka mutu ho na mo akotum ene bra o mo de beto saa de aka nim so matu nyina mu nso a and they must come out and uprise that, because the people of Ghana, regardless political, religious, and whatever faith inclination, you see, say better to answer. It's our unanimous position. And so it's a matter of national interest. Sir, yes, so Sanyo Manaso, and say young quality future, and say society na woman.
Reverend, Honorable Reverend John in Team for your MP Asen South, answer na abekono. Me kan ade bia chon magina so bisa question na we ano a ode ejai ho. This is a story published on the BBC's website on the 2nd day of November 2011, and the headline is simple: Ghana refuses to grant gays right despite aid threat. Ghana's President John Atta Mills has rejected the UK's threat to cut aid if he refuses to legalize homosexuality. Mr. Atta Mills said the UK could not impose its values on Ghana, and he would never legalize homosexuality. UK Prime Minister David Cameron said over the weekend that aid will be cut to countries which fail to respect gay rights. Uganda also rejected the threat, with an official accusing the UK of showing a bullying mentality. Most Africans argue that homosexuality violates their religious and cultural beliefs. Mr. Atta Mills said Mr. Cameron was entitled to his views, but he did not give the right to direct other sovereign nations as to what they should do. He said Ghana's societal norms were different from those in the UK. I, as president, will never initiate or support any attempt to legalize homosexuality in Ghana, Mr. Atta Mills said. What is your government, the government that you are part of? What is the government's position? What are you doing?
Nanaya, Bano, the position of the government, specifically president position, I was answering on countless occasions and what to know you clearly without ambiguity. His Excellency Nanado Dankwa Kufuado. I can't pay face or no idea. All Babes Samrano. Na ama ho kwan so obani obanye de omope be mane be ma enye de omope. He has stated it clearly without any ambiguity. Na nse ya akra obi okai bia no e voter region bra na His Excellency Nanado Dankwa Kufuado asia Global Evangelical Asori mpenimfo asofo akukudam e wo nhyiemu kese pa ase no.
That was 2018.
Osane tuja me the pass okai
2018.
Am I to video so TV so radio so
Sata mo ba no mayi omuti omba no mo ko say omaba
na nyina no ene say sabi a omampani to na no mutuo a declare ni position on LGBT matters say on se samra no ne ensa no china mema nye de omope emane manyo de omopa. Position of the law and the position of the president and the position of the government has been stated clearly. I was answering you. Bana manyo nsemu a me ya na we mponi, but let me state clearly. Ruling government no MPP a conservative party bi ani abibi memu a conservative saying MPP Bano says some we are not liberals, we are conservative. Yes, so that is the position of the government, that is the position of the party, that is the position of the president. Now, Bano president I hold one so make a pronouncement on this matter. To say President Atamos Jamefa Nekra NC the Okaye Obia and so ete. Yabeka so President John Ejakunku for so etu anumutio. I was answering me who brand near say gay for Babe conference, the national conference, because CB or Ghana or Tremwa, one massa conference, no Amaswa, also make a pronouncement of his position. Now, precious here be banging an idea. Age old precious who President Tibia, Midis Wabedi Ghana, Subiani, and Sa pressure nibi. President Akani Mombe Benny now Subenyabi. Nansuno, ye mo biate. Say ye ne, say you watching, say ye 100 years. Pressure never saying will resist it. And only fundamental factor. But what we're into diplomacy, no, mention Madrid and stating position so clear. Say, about no matter of international relations, well, and she said, be a year a need DNA bua, a crobiani or man be at the man and home. And untino, say chrono is for saying, Sabi chrono, a year, Bubro Crow San Crampona. They are sovereign country. Wo na wo free woman so no. Wontumi interfere in your internal affairs. Enti no, yebetumi adidwa. Yebetumi adwa akoba nkruma hia ewo nneoma bi ho. Na zakoba ne se eba no gain nsam na se oman bi adwen ne oman bi adwen hia eso obia edi sabi oman no eni sabia ewo amama hodro so te se de kronkro bi abobo ye ni ade ene president bi anansen so pronouncement o mu make no so mu kromu no saa hyehyɛ no ye ma wo mo a ye ntumi Ghana fo ntumi nkɔ hɔ enko kan kyerɛ wo mo se ye ne oba ha sabi oba ne oba ntumi nye sei be man ne be man ntumi nye sei ntumi so ye hyɛ mo kete se ye beton ye kokoo ama mo de a mo so sa mo mra nim ye beton ye tima ama mo de a mo so sa mo mra nim se be mo abefa ye gold akọ process wo amanone ho de a mo so sa mo mra nim openi se kaso oman bia ba be hyehyɛ mra bi sɛ wanye si amenye usei wanye si amenye usei a na sɛ yɛn so a sɛ be mu bu ye sɛ be ni sika yi yɛn so yagudie ɛne raw materials yɛn so kan ho bogu sɛ ɛne wɔn so ansesa mra yɛn ntɔn ma wa the international system will be plunged into a state of complete disharmony. ɛno nti de mesra ne sɛ wo you obi a ɔyɛ diplomat na sɛ wo man so afrɛ wo sɛ be ambassador high commissioner ɛwɔ Ghana wo ba ye no when you go to Rome you do what the Romans do wo ba ye no so de wo ye bia wo kromo no sɛ wo de toto ye ne mra ho na sɛ wo van to ho a wo mamebu ye animtia na nsan enkofa sika pudo anidi nkofo bi achi enye ne oma ntia ye ne oma ye ntumi ma wo krom emesha okete sabe Ghana ambassador what is ambassador bi Afri Ghana akukuru fufuro bi so se ono hyehyɛ nkofo bi achi se omunye si anaso munye sei eno ntia besre in all due respect e bia no montitwi so bi be kire mu akire wom se we ambassador a diplomat na se wo Ghana ha de ni die maw enkitahudie ne namfofa eda ye ne no wo man ntamunti no ye ni so bia ne namfofo obia ne ho eni ma interfere e wa de ahia ye one very important value Ghana nyina no very sensitive to us eda akoma pono so no emedoto na se na mpo no me de wie ma sori asre kwan a akoye evertia na de mesre ne se ese emrade said the bianso yen so ehwe is someone to meet the changing demands of the times. I'm considering my options under the private members bill. Say you be proposed legislation it kwa ni ma you be proposed legislation be bra even advocacy of LGBT matters. Say yen to me metana radio so enya advert and promote cocaine ene sabe risam ene arm robbery ni ade ya sabe ti amrade a ani se ye ma ho kwan na manfo ebe hyehyɛ sa nneɛma tete saa no anunyam emre pamu no ye de saa mra no ekɔ yesra Ghana fo nyina anta yachi sa okun so aye ko no said the galamsey fight said the corruption fight no fight against corruption no this is a fight against fundamental values and customs and beliefs of the people of Ghana me anya na manyosem ye ko na NDC MPP a ye be lose fight no ye ko na Christopher ne Muslim for ne traditional chiche mu a ye be lose fight no ye kan humom party bia adwon bia no ye nyina kan humom se president aka estate in the position government estate in the position imam for estate in position na no mahim for estate in position aso for imam mid obia estate in the position dia no na see enforce enti mesre be bia service no she bia national security munkotum medase
Mate Honorable Reverend John Intim Fojo MP Ascend South ono no kasa sesia no Donko Fuseni says the most annoying amongst the LGBTQ is the B1s, who are so many in Ghana. They are just greedy demons. One man or one person, you want females and males at the same time. What kind of greed is that? Donko Fuseni, Drobonso, and what they no Abba. Prof.
Yeah.
Mathieu, from the religious point of view.
Yeah, Nana.
As I said, me come a man for so tears, yes, sir.
One was a man, you say,
Asamo. Meaning, Pastor Asamo. Maybe some me come a man for tears, yes, sir. Professor Joseph Osafo, apart from say, or psychologist, or that department of psychology, I know Eugene, or saying ye Pentecost Sofo Mapa, or that Asafwano. Ya udina domwenim e preaching nyeza o e book mu disuan ni keke o san eye osofo
Nana ye
papa e ene de asem wo ho ensem ha papa bia no go e friend no e pani kwakume no o say Nkomo.
You, Nana.
Prof.
Medase. Mechi atifo ane myself Penini and me shake so shake it me young pa. Ayana is here at abo points. Also Penini shake nyame enshiramo. Na mambre kakra.
Mama,
na me ade yen from certain angles.
Okay.
Yen from the political, the cultural, the economic, the religious. Na memfa me view as a psychologist and a minister. And so emfa one. Na hebe bia yeko. Na ade di kan no sane me mpanyin fo di kan kan. LGBTQIA plus. Plus, not just say there's room for improvement. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual. Meaning, say, about 2 years ago, in the West, some strange behaviors began. Obi o ha si o opese o idua I'm a tree. You see, we jai being a human being. There is this whole philosophical transhumanism. Inipa epese o harness ahoɔden or beyond their present weakness. Say oye obi o inipa o che say inipa or certain abilities. Obey to me, I explore more. Na enjoy a sovereign then Muslim enjoy sense of religious we enjoy kra. Na eno na papa bi eko obi tin fie. And opie ba oba inipa na say oyedua. Enti wa transplant ne ho. Abesi papa ne dan no. Also edua. Na papa na say okay, ontwen no oba. Okoje the permission to come and cut the tree. And the country must obi dua bi sin ho na o pese o give permission e ma no. No ko fa do man. Asa we dua. We dua. Dua na be sin ha ma dua. O ko fa do ma bo pom na dua ni dwane o so uti say. O jina ho na me fa me say o ye dua. What is happening is now? Homosexuality any ne nuanom a efemfam ho a eba ne nyina no enya ade a eye mprimprin ade a yehu. It's been a challenge to cultures over history. In fact, mitiminia father say Bible shaking so aka okuranum over the period no it's been a challenge to culture. And in fact, challenge now it's been a challenge to religious perspectives. If we say right from the Bible, no, it was challenging the worship of Yahweh, and from the Sheikh and also now Commissioner Kokrokoo have it so and it's been most of the time all share historically institutions are quite it's been cultural institutions. Religion is one of those cultural forms. And authority if it's a fundamental no ayana a kutia certain basic values of human existence. Now the kind of so issue here abeto enemy about 48 years ago in the US, the American Psychiatric Association nanka homosexuality within their nomenclature net omuhunu say a psychiatric disorder. In 1973, some of us believe say they could talk to the pressure from the group. And I'm back say, oh well, say the psychiatric disorder. I'm able to me certain disturbances of sexual orientation. I'm up once be with the money at the ass you. The thing says I can say obio is a disorder of the mind, and I say psychiatric disorder. I can remember me nubia and I mean criteria be a eternity. The D kind of say, sense by no, is it a distress to the person's subjective well-being? Or no, Casano, or who say, there may a hamiana. The TBA, is it a distress to the social life? One I trying to know, how do they perceive it? And how is it making his life dysfunctional? And one man into me related with others. The TBA, Sano, Najuman's way. Say, oh yeah, Juma, okay, Juma, so is it interfering with Najuma? American Psychiatric Association say, Omo who's a Nana, this community no wanted to look at themselves, say, they are happy with their life. And you know, Omo ye free, Omo no solid, I can say, ye who say, ye review. 48 years ago, they took it, we call it depathologized. And we free say, and yet, Yarabia ebu. Now, how many else you say? The fact say, yeah, they be a free. And also, the classification system, people say, hey, doesn't give it a certain kind of credence, say, it can be accepted by society. I say, ABS or review. And also, just say, cultural values, a bit to me, I say, in your Santiago. But to say, oh, now, say, hey, Yatiasi. Maybe to say, hey, maybe to say, a certain behavior, and a better say, never be free back. Because people can opt. The people me tie, father now all boom pa. Now, here were intentions and not inclinations. So me wa dwene bi say, me nyade ya me wia. Na me wia ya. Me ye konfo. Na mo wit man boa me say sa adwene no. Me imfiri ma dwene. Somebody can help me. Once the intentions and inclination has been conveyed by actions, and me subia a fema acting out no, a free adwene abeye ade a di externally. And no. Obe to me a cheme ho. Na eno na e wo say if you say enya sa basic understanding no yen no mo was husband mu so entiase ene obi an so entiase say the fact say ye free American Psychiatric Association for Psychology mun chere say it is right. Efe yen traswe na ya they didn't want to say e kwa fa so ye free no psychology nankasa it was political. Say every nation has a value. Okay? America for value by say human beings have their right to be free. Number 2, to pursue happiness. It's and Americans have this sense of exceptionalism. Say, oh, they are the best. In America there are possibilities. These are cultural values. Now, values can differ from one context to the other. And the fact that we a jitum ewo hano and just say to me apejano. Now the wura ofofro cultural we must say onyintum. She mini ya shake net bisa o de bisa shake say. Some discussion here is say can the West continental Europe and the US go to any Islamic country? Now country must say yes, it is a concluded matter. They don't sit to discuss this. I'm telling you. They have clearly articulated their cultural values. To what they near fact. Now, historically, colonialism and missionaries ever Ghana. They saw Africans generally say were polygamous. Many other ways. What did they do? They condemned it. Indeed. They condemned it. A bonnet, a way now. Sense by only way.
Masam Wakama.
I was saying, Santia said, this is a clash of cultural values. We know a clash of values. Say, yea, Oshagana Hanua. Makan baby say, values are is a compass. Say, where your mind when you value, you cannot navigate the terrain of life. A compass, a chere sani you be see adenda abrabo, ewo obreya country. And the values ebe say pa asmato. In fact, ebe affect our identity, ebe affected the way we classify even moral behaviors, ebe affected the way people relate with each other. Values are powerful. And if a nation gets your values corrupt or corrupted, you are in trouble. Now, the it is another way of telling our leaders in this part of the world to say, someone here we are, yeah, mamma. I say honorable ko, Amampenya ka say, Yamamo Diana, Ghana, and Kasankasa, into me, yam build our own economies, yam build our own economic independence. Now, in bra, not the control of the West. Say, baby, bow, Naman Yamam, we know, nay, dear genius, so a yados. Now, they tear me and son, and they say, Says where I come as a me. My review almost all the big studies are what these Siki say it is biological. I just say, yeah, the one. Now, me, you ain't champion in you. But the same meaning and shaking so I can answer. The largest study about just last year, 2019, thereabout. It was the biggest study in Europe. A use NIPA over a use human genome over close to 500,000 in the UK and the US, another 15,000. And the study came out clearly, say it is very difficult. Say say LGBTQ biological. The study, however, indicated say there are complex homosexual tendencies which you can. And I one more. Now, any strong basis because I'm a criminal because me say. And I was saying something. I say, sir, arguments say biological no. Studies are finding it difficult to get a strong confirmation for that. Now, no. Are possible say you bet to me I will be or certain abnormalities. Are strongly possible. In fact, one guy intersex the kind of hermaphrodite about 1.7% globally. In fact, they are possible. You see, now share the what is the word to use in this? What you share the hypocrisy. Say obi woneba. Now, crown a hole in heart, and I say, or certain physical abnormality, and organic abnormality. You will see the kind of rush in the West. I'm going to call no music medical intervention. Dr. Mboye, na transplanting idea. Presently, make us say in the West, say parents be brave you on ban. No one say, Sabi or Bema, no sour or badina. Almost your in Yamano. Oninia obechusu. That's what is happening now. Oninia obechusu. And the number is increasing. In the past, when I won, there was one psychiatrist, I've forgotten the name, but now John Hopkins. Last 2 years, he was very vocal on this. So they used to correct it. So say no maybe I want to wait. When she grows or he grows, we're choosing a gender. Oninia no choose. And there's a hypocrisy there. The point is that when you're in a body party, now becomes nipeduano and so can be seen from a pure physiological and biological perspective. Over to me, I work certain hormonal chromosomal imbalances be about. And then draw nipeduano and to me uncalibrated on we and to be a honorable from Sukaka. You can correct it. And you can crown someone if you say, but we don't. And I did say, Yahoo said, one guy was says, Bebre have had broken sexual history. Obi Abulino in school. In a recent study, Yaya in secondary school, between Sesubay and kind of say suicide. No, Yahoo said, one more, almost as when you're from school, no, they are about 3 times likely to attempt to kill themselves than those who are not. What does it tell you? What it tells you is that two things are possible. Did kind that Subana woman within their own cultural milieu, it is unacceptable. It is a pressure and stress about Thomas. They tell me and say they themselves have a certain subjective distress. They don't know what is happening to them. And so Onyamboa, and a number of them say they have been sodomized, they have been sexually bullied, physically bullied into a breakino. A breakini pa. So a bear man if or pay obi, I'm an attention. No. Onya bear man pa. Not just say, did you start here? There was studies from 1999 about Professor Anefi from Ise. Oh, yes, study be. Mekai pa. Now we have Ghana coastal lines no and areas no. And a Western expatriates. Omoba. And we saw say they were using money to woo Yamofrano. Now I had maybe trying for me about the challenge Africa had and the danger it poses to us. Are you aware say Africa has the youngest population in the world?
Sure.
Now what that means is that if you manage to get our young ones, you will have indelibly altered our values in the next generation. Because when young men know say Mrantie, I take on her. Say Amadia to Maya, say Amadia to say this is the way to go. I'm telling you, our values are gone. And the focus on Africa and in Ghana must be seen in that light. And you're they're looking into the future. And the group I have met, I'm a clinician. I've worked with a number of them. By the grace of God, they are fine. They are okay now. And who tells you, say, you cannot help? Make us say, in the West, say, Obitu and Amo say, or say, Ubuano, na oriented, you have broken the law. In fact, in Brazil, I think 2017 or so, the Association for Psychologists took the matter to court and they won it. Because people are approaching. So, I am also challenging me about one chance. Say, psychology, Bobby. Yes, me boombra. I said, what? The person wants to be helped. And they took the matter to the court. Then the court ruled near people say they cannot be harassed. So, Nipananka says, seeking helper. The person must be helped. And look at the demographic issue there. Secondly, look at the economic challenge we have as a continent. So, if this is the way to go, as small as $50, $20, no more demand nantiano. No more demand mayano. No more. Now we economic events we know every home. The world is becoming a global village. Social media has broken certain walls. So maybe Obidia Tony wheresoever you can know, the next way you can access it. And people are accessing certain behaviors in the comfort of their privacy. And they are acquiring certain set of behaviors. And this battle is a strong one. And it needs a certain clear public articulation of our position as a nation. We need it. Now, because I was, we are psychologists, but listen, and the truth is this. This is not about we are psychology. We are psychology, and just say you condone what is wrong. And people must understand that. Psychologists are not condoners of what is wrong. And they are, yet. Now, biologically, I used to work with Obi. I know what's Subenu. Sabi, say. Are you going to tell me, say, a young man about 25 years and the say no, mention is Anna, uncle Nabra, uncle Sa? No. Say, Abranti be so on Subenu. No say, Mihiamboa, no Tuanamboa. Your various therapeutic systems are effective. Yet the bomb. The young say, young show. You don't force them because so what show they break down. But suddenly now, also penny any shaky can. So when you a kasa, now when they didn't come on kakra and kakra, a fena, na Geneva. Now, if you say, no, child in tear. And that's where you need to know why they are into this. Now, ebi sika oninti. Ebi ejuma oninti. Obi she baby a oyan puppet. Yes sir, no ko. Yes sir, no ko. Yes sir, no ko. I've seen some of them Nanaya, omoye, they are transgender. Transgender for no. Omono, uhu ni subaya ne physique na. Ebi ya no so ba. But when they say bema, and also a bema, and when they say oba. When they fall into the hands of this community, they resource them, they build them, they encourage them. They don't condemn them. They should send us a message as a church. So obiba me nchen sofo in my church. No catch me say. Sofo, this is the challenge I have. And I'm because yes, mo dem come anim. Adebani afo, mo na mo say asoro no. I have missed it. I must approach him with that compassion. Say we to na mo say ohiamboa. Na me boa no. And all these people who have this problem, the intervention can be chromosomal intervention. You bet to me a yeah, you bet to me a help it. Look, we have even transplanted a face. Make us say a face is been transplanted. You're transplanting. We are doing so many things. And the one Rebecca saying to me, we don't want to, because there is a battle between secular humanism and religion. Secular humanism, they say, man is seen as the center of the universe, and he should be allowed to calibrate and orchestrate his own designs and his own plans. And nipa who say, "I'm not a year saying you know any day." And the man quiet now shena brabo. That is what is happening now, and technology is fueling it, strengthening it. Make us say, "Yeah, I say." Rover Perseverance landing on Mars a few days ago. It's going to give us the most vivid picture, hopefully, of Mars. We are now beginning to dream how we can colonize Mars. We haven't even finished colonizing our own Earth. And we are thinking about it. It tells you what is happening now. And the for me, as psychologists operating within a context, it is a clash of a foreign value with a local value. And me hear about me and say, I was saying, they did kind of say, Nanaya, we need a statement from government. Matthias says, Nana Akasa, I fine in the past, but nipa to me sanadune. You can go to pressure. What? Yatia says, and penny for Yakasa, Yatia say, but I say, in the it's almost getting institutionalized now. I will say I say your fellow Ghanaians. Thank you. Yes. Now you who say, there's nothing wrong in articulating your values. There's nothing wrong. Africans should be confident. I will see yes, our confidence and say, "San yete." Oh, when they pay people, take it very harsh. We know. In Uganda, most of the catch there, even say, Papa no, Obama at the time. Also, you bring them, I kill them. He took a very strict. You bring them, I kill them. And the point is this: as I say, articulate clear posture, clear thought on this, and say, before God and man, they are human beings who bear the image of God. Yakase nipa are depraved from a theological perspective. Yankase waya boao. No. The Ebesi say the person's inclination to do what is expected of him by God is so biased and self-based. He lacks the strength, the ability to work and operate in a way Nyame say obe operate. He hasn't lost sign Nyame suni Nyame we no na bi onyabo. Tie nuanom no sebe omo yemboa. Omo yenua. Omo ye Nyame nkrofo Nyame so Nyame create omo. And what we need is a clear. Number two, you hear a certain compassion to understand how to help them. And I hand me here say, Mommy, careful. Our passion to talk about this doesn't degenerate into violence acts against them. The last time, some people were attacked. No, they are not even among us our community no. Just because I'm transgender features. That's where we need to be careful. But he doesn't belong to that community. People were attacking them. I was say very careful. They say they have their inalienable right to live as human beings. na memo be encotation so mboro mo mpro mo and share my dear and any business. It is completely wrong. No mo no ye nuanom no so a wo fi ase ba out no you muti no ye dede you're right once no you are staring at the event say
behind
that is it I just say the wo ye no wo pusu nwowa ne dem
the don't try
and I am she don't you who pussy don't jam now yes our part now your hand neighbor and we need a certain calmness also from them and I also as Ghanaians no you hear a certain compassion and tolerance ama ebe to me because na me make ebe to me I come obi me bia on cap but sound here won but once obi the bia ko bonnet team we don't need that. Ghana in 2012 was reported by Gallup as the most religious nation on earth. Should tell you something. Now, the power of religion and how it has fused into various sectors of our life, the economy, politics. Look, it is so deep. So, I find it's our resource, it's our strength. Do you know that Ghana is one of the areas presently in the world and in Africa we can coexist with Muslims?
Yeah.
It's a good friend. Interfaith dialogue, no, we are very good at it. Now, as a share your reaction to certain cultural clash, anti-Ghanaian. Because I will buy and say, no. This one, that's a culture. Any yamam enko. Now, there are maybe manusi no. Now, me say, wanga articulate to say minia for Moses
for
Catholic Bishop Conference. I don't speak for my Church of Pentecost, but over the period, no, minimum position. It is not different from the
national chief imam.
Oh, your position here the same. It resonates. We don't condone such behaviors. Now, momo yen shall be a kutu pase kofa sekai. Kofa duya, kofa tie. Na kwashi obi oya sawa boni before God. Because the person who currently say, no person this is his or her sexual orientation, no, or nyame body. You can't take his life. So afutubia ubetumi in a very calm mansion. I never forced any of them. Some took as long as 2 years, but they are better. And there's a way to help them. Say you take that violent posturing. Now, Sound discussion, I think you should have a second part. Because data airborne, our Ghana, my school, from secondary school to university has to be a woman. It surprise you. Now, most of them are in by virtue of one curiosity and the developmental trajectory of Moduno. I 16, 14, 15 years. No be other than now, just kakra night. I don't just say obey sir, but some of them are exploring this because they are curious as they grow. They tell me some are engaging in it because they are financially harder. They tell me and some are engaging because the community is giving them attractive packages. And if we are not careful and we lose value and our young people to this particular group now, we love you, you are great. You can receive help.
And ma obi anhye so you can receive help. Professor Joseph Osafo ena ote nenkana busua no pay Cerelac 7 fanto anim se wahu saa 400 gram konko no ebia wato Cerelac no wadi amanasa ubisa 7 fanye den ento ntwene say omo de 350 pouch bi aba eno value no so the same enti eno an se wato eno no sachet we a na wate edi agu tin num na akwakọ hye dada no anamu pepepe wonim se ye ka Cerelac anuane no bebre wom iron vitamin A B D ena zinc ne iodine nyina ewo mu a eboa ema odeseni eye kama akonia se nyina eso sa pack ya meka eho asem ukọ retail shop bi eben wa wonsa ebeke be Cerelac 350 gram eno no ne bo no krada so eda fom cheno se sankai boy Food and Drugs Authority ahwehwem agiatum se eye enti yemfanto monim ne de ato monim father yeah sorry so prof kan part 1 yeah sorry so na no pay be se metie wonsama etwato a ode ma wo ma etie na no pay
you etie for dem ni betwa eto ne se utwe bishops conference message na ba na the last statement last paragraph or say, in the light of the foregoing, we call on the President of the Republic and the Parliament to state unambiguously their position on the matter of homosexuality and its practice in Ghana. We adia Honorable Kasa Odisiso and a Professor Akansa na minia Yesuso Sheikh Suso Ediaba near adia yehiane ne se Sebe Ghana Kasano Adoso. We need documents like that are clear, such so that in children eba ombe hu say and then this was our position. To me kutino. Mama ye nkoye ne say and na we can say because one can say yenchro. Until we need the president and our president also kasa Sebi. Yes, fellow Ghanaians, because fellow Ghanaians no, and your law, Parliament ni enko to the highest level. The matter should be settled once and for all. Honorable Kasano can be said. Even the president sebebe chirenu ekrabinya sa challenge media mijidi say we can reduce it and use this quality time for other things if you best solve a problem then. But the Prof Kaya me depa ni bishops conference ni shake asama kan say so we Ghana and che biana sa soja ni ya owo friend saying obuasi Major Mahama kwa yekunu no adia na Ghana fo nyina si asefem den chira obuasi na fe mami bia abrewa bia odi be 90 so
84 years or so.
Okay, ya chene se oyeden oyebefo. Na wo ma bu no. Me dem come a Christopher. Me gidi se na efa na be ye Christopher. Me gidi se Sheikh so kan. Ono so be ka se bia efa na eyeden. Muslimifo. Adenti. Na ye frɛ ye ho a Christopher. So hu se wonua aye bone a. Utumi fa buo se me di sinu se aye bone nti. Jesus say ni oni mi se onye den onye bone dan
onto bo
onni kai no nto sabo no bone ni die mama yesi su dia mama yanka bio se ba ni ba enna ni die and it is and prof kind it is depravity. Now even in our depravity si sufre onyankopon a obetie yen nti I'm asking churches and asking mosque say semi ba ene semi wosa tibie mu a is there an office in our churches to address this, and do we have the competent persons to solve it, and have we abua ekuomano sorry mano se obiye we ya sebe he wo asori no mu bi wo wa obi wo o yere no mienza. And so to be bad, sorry. And so me hu se me nua yi eye gay a. Na chese wa bomusu a afeni sen asori dem krambo no. Obi mpese obetina ne gen. Se be kran corona krambo eye. Esiwe. Nye sa eni Kristo som. and intina we shall see obisa the question is say where is the mercy na me say if ever we preach and ya kanya mesem ne am ye ensem say the Jesus Christ e bi ensem e wa say nua no so antwe de bon ye fo te say minum sa ama ene na enye Kristo som no na mum ne boni ne de eda ho a eye boni mumma yemfa the merciful part of it no and in say e betimi akache we as for say we condemn act of homosexuality, but the homosexual is loved by God and is loved by us. And I'm the chatro.
May I say, Reverend Father Raymond or say to or no a priest in charge, Saint Anthony Catholic Church, Fishpond, or a chancellor of the Catholic Archdiocese of Accra and a canonist in the canon law. I've been yepa. Sheikh.
Yo.
Pato mitio was with chatro.
Yo, that's it. It kind of. Mene emra no a e wo CIS yenya hu se etosin ana me di kan che se ye momaden na ye rembi usalo no ye ntremu senia sa adwentre foforo a ebata sa de bohia no LGBT na kiwa babata ho aya babata ho kiya babata ho
we know
hagi
yes mata ho no
fantrika anya sempapo so enti yentre emrano no senia eba cover sawe hia no that's the first thing yeah person me it also be no e say asara soro na ye wogan ha ne yanka ye ho bom
that's right
ehia pa adenti ebi say ohwa Ghana ayomanya ye gi Yankopon di ene enema bi ema sade we edadi edema yen edi kan no your national anthem ye shasia ye say God bless our homeland Ghana na ohwa national anthem so ekire ye gina bre e onyamesum mu ye bibia ye Yankopon your national pledge kura no ye wi a ye say so help me God our oath of office you hear out of office biara ewia so help me God now wotie court asem kra ye kai kra no a ada wo ye kremoni ana wo ye kristoni ye bomo Quran ana ye bomo Bible ye cross these are all indications of how religious a nation we are na senia yesiti de ne say ye hu say ya soro no betumi aboa yen ema ya man aye krojin ya mamre ne age hia no aye krojin asese Nyankopon ne teneni ene de enimu a ye de boye bra ene ema ye kan ko e ye man mu no ehia pa etoso biom no mene prof ya adwene mene sofoso ya adwene ebia krabofobia ho a om ene bi nya adwene but ne ambete se saa ye hu se ne pa no wada saa adwene ne di onyanko mu de nemom no o kire suban bi yempe kwan bi yemmoa no yemfa brofo bi ya fan empathy chi mi hu se yanka no
I'm share
empathy
tima
no kra no do bia un say sympathy and empathy no
yeah no that be
empathy no wasoro empathy no you see you join in the whole thing sympathy no would in China hu no mobro na empathy no there. And he says that empathetic, me the bibi kitwe bi. Embrebe na yakonsheni Muhammad peace be upon him no. Otiho na abentu a o say ne hunuma kodo no dere e wonu mu. Nti obaye na ono ne suafo te ho nya o say komsheni Mr. Bibia metumi aye. Na dwombo de mame kwan na mentumi mmodwaman mame kwan na mmodwaman enti na esuafo nkafo no asore se akokra no omu ade peni mutra so na wo ba na wo sre no ni enti omu yesa na komsi se munja no na mo ntwene mbemi omu twene ben no ana konhyere no oni ni nkita ho bi se no bi se nti saadi a wo hwe se me ma okwan ye de ye wona ana o ma me a o pene so ase question me pene me ma me pene no bi se na wo ba wo baba na si yɛmfa yɛ no a wobɛpene ɔse mempene wo nua baa ɔse mempene wante ɔse mempene ne kɔmhyɛn sɛ saa ara ɛna obi maame so yɛmpene ma yɛyɛmfa saa yɛmfa nyɛ no obi ba obi nua baa ne hia no yɛmfa nyɛ wɔ mo nti hɔra no ɛna kɔmhyɛn de ne nsa sɛ ɛde to ne kokɔ so sɛ ɛna ɔbɔ mpa yɛ de ma no na ɔkyerɛ sɛ onyankopɔn yɛ fɔ ne bɔne fɔkyɛ no na hohoro n'akoma na ne private person so no bɔ ho ban ma no abakɔsɛm kyerɛ sɛ saa nipa no saa adwene wanda ndwen saa deɛ no biomara da ɛma ofi wiase so nti sɛ mehwɛ ne sei so a na mesɛ saa empathy no na mmom sɛdeɛ asɔfo kan no yɛmpɛ the counseling aspect no a saa nkɔfoɔ no wanhwɛ ne yɛ a wɔwɔ sɛ wo counseling no
ɔbɛ cancel
ɛnyɛ asɛm papa
ɔbɛ convert o sisi
nti no yɛnya obi a wakɔdare mu yie onim concept no yie na yɛatrɛ no sɛ ɔtena se baako a wotumi stage by stage no na oyi saa nipa no afim anyɛ saa because they rationalize they can rationalize or wotumi afa logic sɛnea the debate against God ɛhyɛ aseɛ no all these things we know it. So the debates are there. Once you say this, they will say that. You say this, they will say that. No monte wo face wo dia and say obo wo. Sadia no ehia yen pa na yentumi enye yi. Na mbentu ayeba no wo dia futuo. It is not all pleasure that is worth enjoying. Enye ahom pleasure kwa kan say.
Ahode
nyɛ ahoɔden hiara sɛ wode aka wo tɛkyerɛma ɛyɛ denti ɛne te sɛ ɛyɛ ma wo ade bi a ɛyɛ dɛ nanso wode ka wɔ tɛkyerɛma a ɛbɛkum nti wɔyɛ mafoto a mede ma na yɛnya nka yɛ ho bɔm kristo som ne ade nya nka yɛ ho bɔm na ɛbɛyɛ yɛ koraa saa deɛ wɔde sɛ yɛnte sɛ abanyɛ pie abɔntene sɛ ɛsɛ yɛ creative office no ntɛm paa no yɛadwenkyerɛ sɛ abanye ɔnhwehwɛ mu ano close on temper on there's no waste of time. Omomodia on should be on close. Yantine sa margin train say bishops, asofo, imams, sheikhs, yebaso yen sem say na a protest. Yenya penfo nya ye woni mu say. Then we show our protest against this.
Sheikh Arimiya Shaibu kasamafo edema national chief imam ono ene kasa wi sisi prof pacha opaten words
anope Milans we ne say the kind of sexual orientation change efforts SOCE yene enua foi amoni for the past 3 years some of us at the Department of Psychology have been providing support. In fact, you're running training ama counselors are audio mobile. Actually, basic skills I relate near the boy. So far, to the best of my knowledge, they are doing well. They are doing very well. And it's actually a paradox. Say, Obaka say, Unipepi, the right to live. And yet you discourage the person from seeking sexual reorientation therapies. Don't force, but you can encourage them. Don't use violence. You can inspire them. Don't use claws and knives and whatnot. You can just pat them so, I mean, you try it. Or try, now are you disappointed? Don't give up. They say, I've worked with Obia more than 2 years, but finally we're going to breakthrough. And you know, this thing requires a lot of commitment and a very good level of empathy. Said ye, Minian penny for Akano. Now, I feel you know, a buying so into an ambon and say, he is the final preserver. Say, Yediamano, Yediamano, say, Ombo, ye values who buying. Can you bet my idea? But just that there will be that respect and level of kind of saying order no you say about by MI nana COVID-19 by year April and you much say the entire Europe has struggled to overcome COVID-19 the early days no and now no is because of this excessive way for freedom. It's my right. It's my right. And they use some power and clock down and it worked. But look at how continental Europe and the West suffered. They say, what democracy? Democracy is good. Now, we need to be critical at certain things. And the Mipano said the medical can on the right to live, the right to his property, the right to any health, the right to be obtaining at to be into me call say, oh, Bruno Eprano. And I don't think say we support it. And they had it. No, no. Yeah, articulating a position as a nation, supported by all the religious institutions, all the social institutions, chieftaincy, religious institutions. Yeah, articulated clearly. Say, over Ghanaians, this doesn't resonate with our culture and values. Nana, mano, ato.
And so made us papa. I don't pay Professor Joseph Osafo. Or your head of psychology department, University of Ghana, Legon. Or no, and a cassette was CCA. Eliana Marty Sheikh Arimiya Shaibu, spokesperson for National Chief Imam. And I feel Reverend Father Raymond or say to also so a year also for Penny or St. Anthony Catholic Church, so a fish pond. Penny Fuemi and San and a Domunyansa, Ebe boy. Na yakin himself buying Betty. Watia ubitu one among senyame ya adom na saban ekasa wo ho a ne mpanifo be se akasa biom na yeti afede akomato ye mu aba na ana yenya no ho saa will the statement be enough or say yan fan ko parliament na yen ko hye homra menim se nkomo ne fa edikan ne ya hye ase but e break on anim no ye be san ato aso mpanifo me dam ase no pay se mo baye na Ruta mixture, or the Ruta Titanic, any Ruta life, just yaka Ruta mixture, na yaka Ghana dry, ya to malaria say, na and also be a malaria, Doctor Akase, malaria also no, oh dear, any Ruta mixture, and no, and ever mount at all, and tentem cry. I feel back with any Ruta Titanic, and you'll be a typhoid fever, or home beton, 10, amount home at all. I feel Ruta life, no, so you'll be a, we can see an episode also at here, will be a. One kasa utimu se wadros ade na enye ma opese oso etie o de any Ruta life sa Ruta life edmeku ya da roma ene yetimi kenkan mwadwen kire no e de ema mo Cerelac so se menkai o se your 400 gram tin no e ho eno no konko no na uwi a unhu de ode be biom ti because unya pack ni bi enkoto na sachet one ni bi nti no na watu atwene this time yenye ne sa Cerelac vatna se adwunu ho e de 350 gram pack no aba na sa 350 gram pack no there ye any say enwani no vitamin A, B and D ne zinc ne iodine nyina ahye ne ma ya eboa kwada ma na dwene no esisi so 10 ma onyine yie so Cerelac 350 gram pack na aba no sa provision shop na onche ho na akra okwa ubenya bi na de akwa filetin no this advertisement has been vetted and approved by Food and Drugs Authority anope ha ena ebrebe makwan ama ye demo asie esa gina mu nyina na mbium na madam mpanifo no ase Professor Joseph Osafo, Sheikh Arimiya Shaibu, Reverend Father and Father Raymond or say to omo ena ebeboy ene anope Abusia me gyina mu nyina na mu Dr. Faradixon Kennedy Asante Osofo Kodwa Asante Isaac Odro Peter Square Stephen Bafo Michael Ejare Arafa Pretty Joyce na afi nana ya konedo name ami bia makwafo ase omene time chano pema me di Kokrokoo dwuma de bre wo efrem nana ya kesu wetumi afrem the cardinal na me di dwuma ho chia me metremo ma chairman general kwa me sefakan nyame eya adoma o chena ye besan abeto asom no so me de rade asom dua gya mu nyina o ko hwe ho so ene wan kwa ankoye bone enko he bibia ede amane bebrew na enkoye bibi so ede obeto asem hwe ho so yi o na erade nkra yi nyina makramo